Operation Confidence proudly presents America's Invisible Heroes radio talk show. Tune in weekly on Sundays, 2 to 3 p.m. Pacific Time, with your hosts, Consuela Mackey, U.S. Army veteran and co-host Matt Davison, announcer Taylor Marcella, and Brooke Gadesi, U.S. Army veteran and entertainment segment host Charles Whitehead, Veterans and Legal segment host, attorney Danielle Sherrod, U.S. Army Veterans and Lifeline for Women Veterans segment host Martha Elena Varela, Veterans in Recovery host Anthony Akinpora, and U.S. Air Force veteran and Incarceration to Success segment host Kevin Lewandowski. For more information or to be a guest on our show, email info@operationconfidence.org.
Okay, well, welcome everyone, and thank you for tuning in to Americans Invisible Heroes, a show dedicated to our veterans and their families. Yes, I'm your host, Consuela Mackey, Executive Director of Operation Confidence, a grassroots nonprofit organization that advocates for our veterans and their families. No, I'm not a veteran, but my heart goes out to our American heroes, especially those veterans who are disabled and need or are experiencing homelessness. So I would like to take this opportunity to introduce, ironically, to our wonderful, wonderful co-hosts. We have today U.S. Army Reserve veteran Charles Whitehead. Why would I call you Moorhead? Whitehead.
Okay, that's all right.
I got you back. Okay. Brooke Gadesi, she's a board member and an announcer. Taylor Marcellus, she's a board member and also an announcer. U.S. Army veteran and advisory board member Martha Varela, and she has a weekly segment called Lifeline for Women Veterans. Then we have Lauren Hammond. She also has a weekly segment. It's called Creative Charities Auction, and that's a sponsor for Operation Confidence. And we have Denise Marie Paskowski. I hope I'm saying that right, Denise. She has also a weekly segment entitled After We Come Home. And then today we also have, who has a monthly segment, U.S. Army Air Force veteran Richard Cook. And he has a segment called Once I Was Old. And also our monthly segment host is Elmer Jacobs, representing, actually he's the president of Paralyzed Veterans of America, California chapter. And I do believe listening in on us was our dear heart Ann Montague, and she comes on monthly, and she has a segment called The Rosies Movement. Welcome to you all.
Welcome.
So hello, say hi, everybody. Say hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Don't be shy. Just say hi.
Just say hi. Okay. So we're getting ready to turn it over to Martha. Take it away, girlfriend.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Today I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about, and again, I'm preaching to the choir for many of us that are here. We're all here for this exact same reason, but just to really highlight and focus on the need to continue to support our women veterans. And so I wanted to share a little bit of information that I got from a recent survey that was done at Irvine Valley College. And this was a collaborative effort by the advisory council members at US Vets and the students that are members of the veteran centers inside of California's community colleges. And in April of 2020, this small research project took off to survey 200 women that were students in the California community colleges to just really get an idea of what some of their challenges were. And the results were not good. And so I wanted to share those results with you, kind of just to give you guys information about this research project, again, to highlight the continued need that we have as a veteran community to support and uplift our women veterans. So when the research kind of got compiled down, Again, it was done in April of last year, so it's fairly recent research. But it was very saddening to me to see that the top 3 issues that women veterans still today are facing are the need for support for their health and well-being. And so basically, number 1 and 2 were food insecurity and health, or their homeless insecurity. So again, we hear this common theme of homelessness being all too common in the world of veterans, and now in particular women veterans. So really trying to understand what some of those issues are that are forcing many of our female veterans into homelessness and this food insecurity. When we live in such a big community, big state that has a lot of these resources available. So it was really saddening to see that 45% of women veterans that were surveyed were reporting some sort of food insecurity. So whether that's just not having enough food to get to the end of the month, skipping meals during the day because you just don't have the extra, really sad to hear. And 56% had reported that were surveyed having some sort of housing insecurity. So not having a roof of their own, having to couch surf from place to place, and just not really having a stable home to call their own. Also with that was the need for more mental health services. So many of these women that were surveyed had experienced some sort of MST. Many others had reported some sort of 2/3 had reported an actual mental health diagnosis. So having some sort of depression, some sort of anxiety. Again, many had experienced the MST, and really looking at how that impacts then the suicide rates that for women are twice as high as their male counterparts. So not to sadden you with that research, right? Because it's not what we were hoping to hear, but equally as exciting is the conclusions and recommendations that these women helped come up with. And I think that, if anything, is the most important part of this research project, is that women spoke out to talk about what they would need to help transition successfully. And although these particular women that were surveyed are recently transferring out of active duty, I would argue that some of these same issues or needs that they identified are still prevalent in women that have been out of the military for periods of time. So they had kind of like we heard our female veteran Denise talk a little bit about the need for a longer class or some sort of a program to help them transition that would connect with resources, the housing resources, food, community resources, and where to access mental health resources. Many of the women were not even aware that the VA offers free MST counseling and therapy and services. Many didn't even know that existed. So we're not taking advantage of this wonderful free resource right in the VA that the VA offers. Women had also talked about the need for a collaboration with community-based organizations. And Connie, this is what you and I had talked about recently, how we could utilize our platform and our nonprofit organization that you have
Right.
in existence to
come up with lace.
Yes, and come up with activities and a space for these women to connect to right into the community. And this was something that they said would be helpful so that connect to now some of these other mental health services or resources that they desperately need. So, and I think it was 84% had said that they would, if they had the opportunity to connect to, community-based therapy, healing strategies, healing programs in the community, things like meditation, acupuncture, yoga, and massage. There's a new initiative that offers free chiropractic care in the state of California and in other states across the country. A lot of these resources are not just limited to the state of California, but again, veterans, female and male alike, do not know that these programs exist. So free chiropractor for service-connected vets, no charge, free meditation services. We were struggling at the NVF to get women to join on. I took full advantage and wanting to share this so that we can try again. And I talked to Denise on Saturday. Connie and I have been talking about how we can use this nonprofit and platform to help connect veterans to the services that they say they need and are asking for. So 81% said that they would participate if they knew where to find these resources. That's wonderful. 2/3 saying that they need them. So things like that, and how we can connect to financial resources, that may be something we look to, building in with some of the fundraising efforts, maybe an emergency pot of money that we could set aside for female vets who need emergency services, emergency help, because we have to be able to provide them with the resources that they need immediately, and then connect them back to other community resources to help support them and provide that web of support that our women vets need. I would love to share this research project with any of you on the call that are interested. I think it's something that blew me away when I saw this report for myself come out. And again, 2020, just a year ago. And, I can say that this is what honestly drives me and motivates me to keep this work going forward. I had detached from my veteran community for so many years that I can say the same thing. I had no idea about these wonderful resources, never. And 20 years later, and while I'm transitioning here, experience this wealth of resources for veterans, not just females, but as a female, I was able to experience this firsthand myself and continue to stumble upon more and more resources that are available. Just this Friday, as an example, I joined USAA. Not ever I've kind of heard about them, but never really.
USAA.
Right.
Who is that?
To check it out, I'm saving $50 a month in my insurance for my.
Yeah, that's that insurance company, right?
And got pretty much free rental insurance bundled in that. For me, amazing. But that's just not, that's just kind of a perk, not, and again, some of the other stuff that I'm talking about is the more serious of the resources, the mental health resources, the housing resources. And so that's why you guys can see, how passionate I am about sharing this information, right? You need rent. The housing is key.com for California residents, but just really trying to shine the light on, some recent research that was done that highlights why we're all here on this call, and we're all in the fight to support our veterans, both male and female. But wanted to share that. I'd be willing to email that out in its entirety. It's about 24 pages, which isn't too long, but it's very well put together. Lots of
come to info at operationconfidence.org to get in touch with you. And you know what, also, Martha, there's not only the women veterans but what about the kids? That's another thing. A lot of the women veterans are homeless with children.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother.
And these are free resources, right? So when we look at kind of adding these into our website, putting the links on like that we talked about, so that women way over on the East Coast, like Denise, who's kind of in her transition, going from the East Coast back to the West Coast, could also tap into some of these wonderful programs that can help provide at a basic, food help. We call the VFWs, we call the American Legions, we speak to the commanders, and how can we rope in the Rosies? And Denise talked a little bit about this advocacy to really just hammer these messages out, to continue to ask more people and include more people in this push to help veterans, because we need it.
You're absolutely right. That is so wonderful. And to have you, girlfriend, on the team is just amazing. You're my girlfriend.
I
know, I don't know what that means, but you it.
That's a kindism.
If I could across the face.
Hey, that's
It's
that's
a
a good
virtual
thing. You got
Man,
your
I'll
own,
give it a count.
just to add to that, I just recently found out that if you're a veteran and you go to register your car at the DMV, like if you want to get the disabled plates and all, bring your DD 214s, and they don't charge you.
It's $5. And also, whether you're disabled or not, you
Right.
can get veteran on your license plate. So you
Right.
can your driver's license, so you can kind of use that, you know,
Oh, yeah.
out and about to let people know that you're a veteran. So it's
What do you mean
$5.
if you're veteran or not?
Yeah, so if you're a veteran, you take your DD 214 down to the DMV, and
Yeah,
on your
that I know.
license, they put
Right,
that you're a veteran on
right,
there.
right,
So,
right.
You
That
said
part
you're a
I understand.
veteran or not. Yeah, that kind of, it's like,
oh, sorry, yes,
yeah,
That's
you're
what I didn't
yeah.
understand
Yeah,
that
that's a
and
red
not.
flag, That's a markerism.
that's
Okay,
the
Yeah.
mark.
you happy copy?
Now we
You know
got
what?
the isms. He got a Connie ism on me now. You a Martha ism. Okay.
Oh, Charles isms coming.
That's all right,
So
I'm
get ready,
proud of
Charles.
my isms.
We're gonna get you, buddy. You didn't get
That's
away
all
with
right. I'm
nothing.
okay with it.
Okay.
You know, Martha, you mentioned the USAA, and I'm a huge fan. And the beautiful thing about USAA is it gets passed down to generations. So, like, I got it from my stepfather. I have it. My kids have it. It's the most amazing. I can't even believe it. And I had a very serious car accident, and they took such good care of me. So
Really?
everyone who's a veteran should get it now. Like, don't wait. I called Geico. They're like, we're not even talking to you. You have USA. There's nothing cheaper in the world. So I'm
It's
just a
true.
huge fan.
I
Wow.
experienced that even on the first call, and I couldn't believe it. And it was like, thank you for your service. We're here to serve you. And I was almost kind of like, is this really, and
Yeah.
so I agree. I experienced
Yeah.
that.
I'm going to check
Oh.
into it now.
Yeah. Do it. Do it.
That's some great
Yeah.
information. All right.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Martha, that would be great if I can get that information up. We can share with our members
Yep.
in the California chapter, our women veterans,
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely. And like I said, it was very well written. It's not too entirely long. There's a lot of figures, and the recommendations are great. So you could
Okay.
use it, share with the rest of your group, and develop different programming, or if you guys got ideas about how you can help, meet some of these recommendations. It's really well written. So I'd love to share it with you.
Oh, that's so
Thank you.
cool. Yeah, for sure. Well, we had Denise coming on. Robert was going to introduce her, but she's under the weather, so she's had to sign off. She was a trooper, though. She was going to try to still come on today, but she just recently signed off. So, Robert, Richard, you're going to have to take it away and represent her.
Okay. Pretty much what we now covered with everything in that respects. I'll put it this way: she has been helping a lot of women veterans. I've known her for a while. She's been helping a lot of women veterans, but I've been doing the same thing in that respect, and that's how I was able to contact her originally. Okay, because of what I do, like a lot of women veterans, I work and do things at the West LA VA in the respects to what they need, how they can be helped. Like, I'm helping one woman who is a spouse of a veteran, so that still includes her, and in regards to what she's having to go through as well too. So I continue to communicate with her, so that way we can get things rolling and what will help her in that respect. But there's a lot of other areas that we can still do in helping women. I've been doing that even myself during my time in the Army, because I was the EEO sergeant for anything that has to do with women veterans. They asked me to represent that part, so I've been doing it ever since then in that respect for helping women and women veterans. So is there, maybe there's any questions? I'll answer accordingly at that point.
I have a question, just so people who don't know, tell us what EEO officer is.
EEO sergeant is equal opportunity sergeant in that respect, because there's a lot of times women would have a type of situation that they felt might have been poorly done it to them, and so I had to look into it, and there's a timeline to do the investigation in regards to whether this was appropriate or not appropriate. If it was found not appropriate, then they would get in trouble. But then at that same point, we would have to look at other avenues to make things more appropriate all the way through.
Mhm. Okay. And you know, I'd like everyone, our viewers, to know that Richard is, although he's had, say, 3 strokes, visually impaired, and weak on your left side, I believe, he's an amazing role model. He's literally out. He's a phenomenal artist, photographer. He's a fisherman. He does marathons. What else, Richard? Archery. You name it. I mean, he's not letting that his disability. Surfing, yeah, he's not letting his disability stop him. So I find he's just an amazing individual, and keep up the good work. And you're going to come back with some videos and some pictures so we can see exactly what you're doing. Can you hear us?
Yeah, like yesterday, as you. Yeah, like yesterday, I did a. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me check to see if I'm muted. I can hear you, but
we can hear you.
Okay. Anyways, like yesterday, I did roughly about 27,000 steps, which comes out to 12.5 miles, which is a half a marathon. So that's a half a marathon.
Wow. Where was that? Did you do it on your own, or was it for?
I still did it on my own, where I walked through Inglewood all the way down to the El Segundo, all straight down Hawthorne off to El Segundo, and then ended up walking all the way back, which came out to that amount of steps. And it turned out to, when I recorded it, it was 12.5 miles.
Oh, that's amazing. And next week, when you come back on, I'd love for you to show your artwork. Those gorgeous flowers and
I'll send them.
Photography.
I'll send them, but let me know how I can have them shown. I'll send them to you.
Yeah. We'll have Charles or Brooke put them on the screen. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay. So we're moving right along here. Taylor, you're going to introduce our next segment host. You're muted. Yes. There you go.
Yes, I'm there. You got it, Connie. Lauren Hammond's segment is entitled Creative Charity Auction, Fundraiser for Operation Confidence Housing Project for Veterans. Creative Charity Auctions was founded by Lauren, who brings over 20 years of successful auction management experience. As a former co-owner of Sportings and more, Lauren fell in love with the gratifying experience of helping nonprofit reach and exceed fundraising goals by providing an excellent mix of auction items. Lauren and her team maintain long-standing relationships with high-profile nonprofit organizations that return year after year because of the high caliber of auction items, the exemplary and professional customer service, and most of all, the proven boost to fundraising dollars. Operation Confidence has had creative charity auction at several of our events and can say that the public can rely on Lauren and her experienced team. They go out of their way to help make your fundraising event a success. Take it away, Lauren.
Thank you, Taylor. Yes, I have been in the nonprofit world for many years, and it's such a gratifying way to work. And here are some of the different items that we put into our fundraising events, and we bring in items from sports, music, entertainment, collectibles, art, jewelry, handbags, and lots of travel. And we set them up, we do golf tournaments, galas, casino nights. We help with wine tastings and anything else. And these are the kinds of things we put in. And our whole goal is to raise as much as possible for the nonprofit world. And we have so enjoyed working with Operation Confidence and in raising money, and we'll continue to do that. And another way we can raise money, we also have a store. So if someone were to go into the store and pick an item and call us and mention Operation Confidence, the money would go to them. And so that's our whole goal, is to raise as much as we can for the nonprofit world. And this is just a small little example of what we have. We literally have hundreds of items in our inventory. So if anybody's ever looking for something and they'd like to donate to Operation Confidence, they can call us if they don't see something they would like. Let us know what they're looking for, and we will either find it for them or maybe create something for them. So we can do it either way. And it's true that there's so many veterans that are so much in need, and we just are so grateful that we can help. So please call. It's Creative Charity Auctions, and our website is creativecharityauctions.com. And we can be contacted anytime through the website. Our office number is 818-840-1200, and we are there to help. Thank you so
Can you
much.
repeat your phone number again and your website?
It's the website is Creative Charity Auctions with an S.com, and our phone number is 818-425-2244. That's my cell, but the best place to reach us is the office number, 818-840-1200. 818-840-1200. Thank you so
Great.
much.
I have a
Thank you.
question for you before you get up. Like,
Yes.
when someone buys some art, say it's a nice piece, do they get the history of it with it? Or does it depend on what the art is itself?
On our store, we'll have descriptions of the author, of the artist, or of if it's an athlete. Yes, we can certainly provide all that information. Some of our items are limited edition, and some we create. And so we can give them that information, yes. And some they will see on the store. And then if they ask us for some, we'd be happy to give it to them. Yes.
Great.
We may not know it on certain things if it's from a long time ago and we're able to find something, but we give them as much information as we can. All our signed items are third-party authenticated, and we use the top authenticators. And so what they get is they're just great pieces, and we can look for them if they don't see something they want, or they tell us and what they'd like, and I will see if I can find it for them.
That's great.
That is so cool. Well,
Lauren,
go
I'm
ahead.
sorry. A
No,
question
go
for
ahead.
Lauren. And I know someone else brought this up beforehand, Lauren, but maybe there's a conversation that we could have about getting veterans who are artists and their artwork in to
Right.
help, because I know that would sort of be, like you said, a way to help veterans if there are some veterans that we know that are artists, and then also kind of a way to help them get their artwork out there.
Right. Well, I'm talking to Richard right now, and
Great.
we'll be putting some of his pieces up. Yes.
Okay, so maybe if there's some other veterans that we know, we can also put you in contact with them
Absolutely.
too. That would be great.
Yes.
Thank
That
you.
would be absolutely wonderful. Now, before you leave, Lauren, you thought you were going to get away with it, but you're not. I remember that story yesterday that you told me that was so heartwarming. Please share your experiences with our dealing with our veterans.
Okay. Well, before I started my company, my first company, I was with an entertainment softball team called the Hollywood Cover Girls, and we traveled all around the country and played before the minor league ball clubs. And it was a promotional. We only played men, and we always won. But at one of them, we ended up being contacted by someone from the military who asked us if we'd come and do a DoD tour. So I spent 2 summers, one in Korea and Japan and one in Guam and Okinawa. And it was the most rewarding thing we've ever done. And it was just very heartwarming to talk to these vets who were there. There was one where in Korea, they didn't tell them that we were coming, and they thought that they were having an inspection, and they flew us in an open helicopter. There were 9 of us.
Ooh.
And we came running through the jungle, and the looks on their faces, they were all ready for inspection. And they were there for 9 months where they couldn't see other people. They didn't really talk to other people. And it was, when we sat and talked with them, they were so grateful that we were there just to spend time with them. And we said, if we could take messages home to their families, we could call them, we do that. And when we left, someone got on the bus. We were escorted. We stayed on all the bases and got on, and he thanked us for coming and how it just uplifted everyone. And for a few minutes, he just talked about it. And you could hear a pin drop. There wasn't a sound in the bus. And the minute he walked off, we all burst into tears. It was just such an amazing experience. And it's one of the great memories. And we, at one of the bases, we were made an honorary Marine. And it's so I'm so happy that I can help here. And I have great memories of that time. So, yes.
Wow. Well, you have more work to do, girlfriend. That's just one experience, which was very, very heartwarming. Thank you for sharing that.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.
That's great. And you say you had some pictures, didn't you? You're going to show next time?
I do have to go into my box of memories.
Yeah.
I have one we're on a tank. So
see, that's good information,
So, yeah, if I can find them, which I know I have them, it's just going through and finding them, and I will share them.
Okay, great.
Thank
All right,
you.
take it away, Brooke.
Thanks, Connie. Catherine Webster is a Bay Area technology veteran with a career that includes 16 years at Sun Microsystems.
What's the name of your title? Excuse me for cutting you off. What's the name of
sorry. This is Vets in Tech, helping other veterans find jobs in the tech industry. And I saw this on the news and I was really moved, so I wanted to share it with other folks. So Catherine Webster is a Bay Area technology veteran with a career that includes 16 years at Sun Microsystems. But when she looked around her industry, she didn't see anyone throwing out the welcome mat for military veterans. We have organizations like Women in Tech, Teens in Tech, and other affinity groups, but why aren't we doing more to get veterans into our community, Webster said. She's working to change that as founder of Vets in Tech, a grassroots project with the goal of demystifying the high-tech world for veterans interested in getting their boots in the door of Silicon Valley and beyond. The 16-month-old group, which has the backing of A-list technology gurus like Craig Newmark of Craigslist, as well as companies such as Cisco, HP, Facebook, and Intuit, is launching an expansion this week to 6 other markets around the country just in time for Veterans Day. We're creating an ecosystem to help them get the skills they need, give them confidence, the ability to speak corporate, said Chris Gallia, West Point graduate and Director of Talent Acquisition for Intuit. We want to do everything possible to make them more employable. We're trying to provide them with a Silicon Valley mindset. For Navy veteran Scott Deming, attending a Vets in Tech coding workshop in San Francisco in 2012 led him to a career change from studying film at the Academy of Art University to now working as a field engineer in New York City for systems management company Argent. It wasn't just taking a class, said Deming, 35. The real value is that they hear who you are, were interested in what you wanted to do, and then connected you to other veterans and companies. It's hard when you transition out of the military because you're trained to follow, but these are leaders who can help you get into IT. About 2.6 million Americans have served in the Iraq and Afghanistan conflicts, but the people who have made some of the greatest sacrifices in the post 9/11 era also are the ones struggling the most with unemployment today. While the latest national jobless figure is 7.2%, the rate for new veterans is much higher at 9.7%. And with the end of the war in Iraq and the current drawdown in Afghanistan, more than 1 million service members either have left the military or projected to transition out. Webster looks at those figures and sees a need for their matchmaking organization that connects newer veterans with unfulfilled jobs in high tech. The problem is many veterans either don't realize how skills learned in the military translate to the tech workplace or are unable to communicate their qualifications to prospective employers. Lance Cepera spent 21 years in the Navy, rising to the rank of commander. Yet as he neared his March 2007 separation, he found himself intimidated by the prospect of finding a job in the private sector. Cepera, who ended his military career as the Navy's top recruiter in Northern California, was working as an executive with 24-hour fitness when he heard about a hackathon, a weekend entrepreneurial brainstorming session that Vets in Tech sponsored at Facebook. Cepera became an example of the Vets in Tech philosophy of assisting one veteran at a time with a personal touch. That event helped him sharpen his resume and job pitch, and he made contacts that helped him land a job in talent acquisition at Manpower Group Solutions. Vets in Tech doesn't just do job fairs, which Webster sees as veterans standing in line with a piece of paper. Rather, the focus is on building relationships. That includes basic training where they teach introductory coding skills and invite tech experts to speak to veterans about the industry. We're trying to create that bridge and connect vets to people who can talk about what technology is. Here are some classes you can take. Here's the advice you need to get started, said Gailey, a member of the Vets in Tech Advisory Board. The organization has no data on how many veterans it has helped find employment, but the reason for the national rollout is because there is growing interest. The cool thing about going national is that vets don't have to move to the most expensive place in the country, Webster said. They can start where they live. For more information, contact Gary Peterson, G. Peterson at BayAreaNewsGroup.com and Mark Emons, M. Emons at MercuryNews.com. It's G. Peterson at BayAreaNewsGroup.com or M. Emons at Mercury News. That's MEMMONS at MercuryNews.com.
All right, that was good information. We'll put that up on our website as well.
Yeah, you gotta try to get all the people that are technology
Savvy.
that we'll have them go and report to Connie. That way they know they can be good, right?
I'm so glad we broadcasting through the world. So I don't
Maybe we could get them to come help with some tech on the back end of our show.
Like that, there you go.
There you go.
And Brooke, thank you for sharing that because, like I said, as we see a lot of those veterans coming home, recently
Right.
what went on in Afghanistan, it's a different thing for you to encourage veterans to get high paying jobs, right? And good paying jobs versus having them come back to go work at like fast food restaurants or,
right.
Kind of Office Depot. Nothing wrong with Office Depot or Office Max, but I'm just saying, in terms of the responsibility them have to provide for their family and how important that feeling is of, getting a higher paying job is critical right now for them coming back. So thank you for sharing that.
And the tech world is I mean, you have to, you can't function without being involved in the tech world of some sort. So to have this opportunity for our veterans is amazing. So please put that.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, and it's hard because the tech world is constantly changing.
Yes.
So even the people that are tech savvy, it's hard for us to keep up.
Tell me about it. I'm a little bit savvy, and by the time you go to sleep and wake up, it's changed.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, it's all different, So no, I totally agree.
Go ahead.
You're going to introduce our.
Ann wants to say something.
Oh, Ann, girlfriend, where are you?
So 1 second. Can you hear me?
Yes,
yeah, we hear you. We wish we could see that pretty face.
Oh yeah. My video isn't opening, and I don't know why. I want to respond to Martha's issues. They're very serious, but it seems to me that they can be better addressed if we start thinking about the real problems of transition. So when I did a lot of research from the Boston area when there was a cutback in defense in whatever it was, fall of communism. What was that year? 1988 or whatever it was. And I realized that the veterans often feel that they miss their buddies. In other words, after they leave the military, they miss their buddies. They miss the structure of the military. In other words, knowing exactly what to do, when and where. And they also have their basics provided, meaning their food and their shelter and community and that sort of thing. They have a sense of common purpose. And I think that one of the things that happens with veterans is happening with other groups. And we maybe need to look at how do we transition, not just veterans, but other groups. I mean, all groups. I found that people who had left their way of living were, and going into the loose structure of civilian life, basically were going through a culture shock. And I really think that we need to just keep thinking about how can we approach the veteran issue as a bigger issue for all of society. I also
we have to get together and work on that. That's some good information.
Really serious. And I do not know anybody doing research on transitions in a general way, but you know, just look around you and just think of what others there might be. For example, women with children who are all at once basically cut off from their way of life. There's all kinds of other examples. I've known academicians who lost their jobs, and they, after 9 years of you know, getting their PhD and internship, and maybe teaching for 8 or 10 years, they're lost. So I guess one of the things I'm saying to you all is, I so appreciate each one of you. I really relate to you all, and I feel that this is an exceptional group that is very much able to express your own problems in transition. And I think that by using you all as an example, we could maybe address this in a more, in a larger way. I don't know how, but especially with jobs changing now from you know, manual labor to technology, and then technology changes every day and all that. Work is not what it was. So people come in from, let's say, the military into civilian life. Even civilians don't know what work is anymore.
That's true.
I think we're going through a national transition, probably a global transition, certainly industrial world transition.
Well, we have to work on that and work on it together. And
let's do
you know,
yeah.
And I want, before we move on to our next guest, we want to let everyone know you're going to be on next week, number one. And number two, who are you? You need to tell our listeners.
I haven't figured that out yet.
Viewers, you haven't figured that out yet. Tell us real quick who you are with the Roses. Who are the Roses in the Roses movement? Real quick.
Trying to find the women who worked on the home front in World War II in factories, farms, shipyards, code breaking, all of that. And as they are now in the most senior of ages, trying to figure out exactly what was it they did that has changed the world and has certainly changed women's concepts of their capabilities.
And you're a daughter of the Rosies. Charles, can you put the Rosies video for us? She's a daughter of the Rosies, and I don't think everyone knows who the Rosies are, but we're so thrilled to have your segment on.
You want me to play it now or play it at the end when I
think at the end, but we just wanted everyone to know that you're one of us, girlfriend. We love you, and we love those Rosies too. Some of the actual original Rosies in their 90s and hundreds have been on the show, and just as articulate in love with Charles. I ain't gonna let you live that down.
Either next week or the next time after that, we will have a woman who's 105.
Oh my God.
I'm trying to get permission to
right.
facility for somebody to come in and get her on Zoom.
Oh, that would be absolutely wonderful. I mean, this is funny, and remember everything, Charles, from every day,
They do.
moment.
Yep. And see,
Uh-huh.
the older Rosies are, they remember all the stuff, and they're encouraging all of this. I'm not the whistle thing, but the younger ones think it's offensive. So we just leave it out.
We
But,
remember that they often say they didn't do anything. All they tried to do was bring the boys home,
mm,
meaning, that they
Right.
wanted to save lives. And
They
then
had some incredible stories, though.
a lot of them took care of disabled veterans.
Right. Well, we appreciate having you on and sharing the
absolutely.
amazing history of the Rosies. Okay, Charles, introduce our baby girl, Taylor. That's my girl. That's my baby girl.
Sure, Connie.
I'm her mother from another mother, however you say that.
All right, that's another Connieism. So
That's a Connieism. I don't care about the Connieism.
I
Yeah,
know.
that's
That's
me.
all right. That's all right. All right. With a degree in sociology and working towards her master's in social work with a concentration in adult mental health and wellness, Taylor has a heart to serve. She is currently employed with the Air Force as a mental health assistant, where she is developing and sharpening her skills to better serve the military population and their families. Taylor contributes her interest in serving the military partly due to being introduced to Consuelo Mackey about 10 years ago during her undergrad career. It was there she developed a passion for members of the military. Take it away, Taylor, and, you know, show us what you got.
That was a good one. Thank you.
Proud of her too.
Right? Thank you. Appreciate it. So, Taylor, I was diagnosed with osteogenesis imperfecta, brittle bones. That means that my bones produce low quality collagen or poor quality collagen. And because of that, I use a wheelchair. But at an early age, I knew that I couldn't let my physical limitations prevent me from living a fulfilling life. And my family and friends have shown me that there's so much more than being confined to a wheelchair. Their support and encouragement has been the primary motivation to becoming a tough, strong, resilient individual. Um, Early on, I had a compassion for veterans because I had family members who were Vietnam vets. When they came back from war, I noticed that they had nowhere to turn. Right. And I knew that if I wanted to make an impact on their lives and others with disabilities, I'd have to build on past advocacy achievements. In college between 2008 and 2015, I learned about a nonprofit organization created by Consuela Mackey called Operation Confidence. And it was with her guidance, Connie helped me to learn about and gain hands-on experience working with veterans with disabilities. One of the reasons that Operation Confidence resonates with me was because she had a heart to serve. And she saw the issues veterans were going through and met those needs by providing resources and services that were needed in that community. This network has allowed hundreds of veterans find employment, housing, and consistent medical care. It was during around 2015-16, I wanted to step out of my comfort zone. And with that, I participated in the Miss Wheelchair California 2017 pageant. I won that title. And as a title holder, I was able to utilize my platform and bring more awareness to veterans with disabilities and to build my confidence even more. With the support of Connie, my family and friends, they've given me the encouragement and confidence in my abilities that I didn't have before. And I've grown professionally and personally. Currently, I work on an Air Force Base installation where my current role includes working with families who are in crisis. My team and I work to provide preventative and supportive services along with classes and counseling services. Looking back, God has truly been with me every step of the way, and I couldn't have done any of this without Him. Even in those quiet moments, those moments where I felt alone, He's heard me and continues hearing me. Those times where I felt unqualified, He's qualified me. And I'm so excited to be a part of Operation Confidence and see where He leads me and this organization. With that, I would like to share some photos of moi. Um, we'll do it this way. We'll do the slideshow. So this is what was this, Connie?
That
One
was
of our
the event we
events,
had at the Norwood.
the fashion show, right? It was the
Right.
fashion show.
And
It's
actually,
like-
Lauren's auctions were very involved.
Yes. And so this is me kind of filming myself a little bit. And those two handsome rascals.
That was your escorts, yeah.
And this is, I went to San Diego on a speaking engagement. I stayed there for maybe 2-3 days. It was amazing. And this is me, California, or my alma mater, Cal State CSUN, or they did a story on me. And this is one of my favorites. This is from our squadron.
Wow.
And we had a group photo taken. Yeah, there I am.
There you
And
go.
it
So
was
where
just-
are you? There you are over in the corner there.
I'm
huh?
over here. I'm over here in the
You're over
corner.
there.
So yeah, it
Put
was
you-
a
put you in the
great
middle.
experience.
They should have put you in the middle.
So they separated it by units. So my side was med group, I think HCOS and something else. So that's how they did it. I was like, come on, put me in the middle, but whatever.
Yeah, but you're
Next
the far-
time I'll be in the middle. That's
There
okay.
you go. There you go.
Yeah.
That's super.
Yeah, that is like really cool. So yeah.
Well,
That's a
let's
little
give-
bit about me.
Yay!
Thank you for sharing.
She's a role model. Love my baby.
Literally.
You got, and we got so much more to do. You're going to carry the torch for me. But I thank you so much. That's great. Okay, so it's on you, Charles.
I think it's me.
Hmm?
I think it's me. I think it's me.
Oh, that is you.
Okay. So Charles served in the U.S. Army Reserves from 1982 to 1987. He is an actor, musician, singer, songwriter, composer, and produces, directs, edits movies and music videos. He is also the co-leader of his own band named Per Se. Charles has also worked at Rancho Los Amigos National Rehabilitation Center since 1994. Charles is the vice chairman on the BEAC Commission for the City of Long Beach and sits on the board of directors with 4 more businesses. He is the co-host of Operation Confidence's podcast radio show titled America's Invisible Heroes, which offers information and resources to help support veterans. Charles is also an owner of a trucking business. He always encourages everyone to keep your head up and refuse to lose because life's good.
Right.
Life's good.
Take it on away from here, Charles.
All
Ism.
right. Yeah. So you know, for me, it's all about life and enjoying life and things like that. And so, when I look back at my even as a kid, I started off I used to live on a farm. I was driving at the age of 9, driving tractors and trucks and all of that stuff. My father was in the military, of course, and so as a military kid, you experience a whole lot of things and different things in life. But the entertainment part of me came later. There was a part, where I was a wheelchair referee. I refereed high school basketball, and I was the only referee in the country doing it from a wheelchair. And so I got Referee Magazine. They did a story, the LA Times, just a whole lot of stuff. And I'll show you guys some pictures in a minute. But, just being part of the PVACC here. So I'm going to bring Elmer in. I'm going to kind of have him be my part of my, segment here. And,
Wait, before you bring him on, can you tell us how did you happen to start using a wheelchair? You
Sure.
bypassed that part.
Okay. Well, in my life, I've had 2 major accidents. The first accident I had literally coming from AIT, which was my training, and I graduated from the Defense Mapping School. And before I made it home, I was in a car.
What's AIT?
It means your job. Come on, help me, vets. You know,
Uh, basic training, right?
it's not basic training. It's your
Advanced
Specific training.
individualized training.
exactly.
Your
There you
advanced
go.
individualized training.
Yeah.
Repeat that, Martha, for us
Advanced,
non-vets.
the advanced training.
Okay, for
Essentially.
the
Yes.
Army Reserve, right?
For,
The
for
second part of basic training where you learn your specific job.
I
whatever
got
it
you.
is you're gonna do. And so
Okay.
before, thank you, Martha, because you know, I know it, but right now I don't. That's a Charleston. There you go, Connie.
Mhm.
Okay, that's the
Forgive me
Charlesism.
not.
Okay.
So you know,
Okay, I got
a
you.
big smile on her face now. So,
Yeah, I
but
got a ism in.
but before I made it home, I was in a head-on collision with a drunk driver. I ended up staying in Arkansas for a month, and I think I told you guys before I came home, and I was home for 3 days and ended up in the Long Beach VA for 10 days with pneumonia. I almost died in that accident. However, and 5 years after that, in 1987, I was in a car accident. I went off a 150-foot cliff, and that's what paralyzed me. You know,
Wow.
and believe it or not, when I was in the emergency room with the doctors, I was cracking jokes. You know, this is the kind of person I am. That's my personality. And but I'm still here. You know, I guess I just
Right.
didn't know the severity of it. You know, when it happened, because I was thrown out of the car, and I'm still here, and you know, jumping out of airplanes, scaling down walls, and you know,
That's
buildings,
right.
and you know, life is you know, so I do these things because I love life, and you know,
Right.
I find it no challenge is too big, you know,
And
so
he's made an extraordinary difference on for the veterans community and for society in whole at whole. But I really appreciate you. We kid around, but that's my homie over there.
yeah, yeah.
I
Mhm.
consider him a role model for sure. Thank you
And,
so much,
and,
Charles.
and,
Now,
and let me just tell you a little about Elmer, and then you know, like I said, I want to bring
yeah,
him in. Elmer's a 2-year Vietnam War veteran. He has a passion for helping and serving fellow vets. He's an advocate to secure the care for veterans with the most catastrophic and acute medical needs. Elmer was elected president of the Paralyzed Veterans of America California chapter in 2019. And so Elmer, you know, and Elmer and I met at our church. You know, we knew each other because you know we were both deacons. So you know, Elmer used to call me Deacon, and he still does. You know, how you doing, Deek? You know, so and so
well, people don't understand this picture behind Elmer that he's skating down off of this wall here, but that's a fundraiser they had maybe about a month or so ago. Elmer also uses a wheelchair. And I mean, these dynamic duos, they do all kind of stuff. He tried to encourage me to come jump off that wall. I'm not the
yeah, we
kid.
got a program where we have one of these segments where you said you were now. So
I didn't
you know,
say that. I said I
yeah,
was gonna think
Yep,
about it,
yep,
but next
yep.
no,
thing.
no, we
That's
got
right.
We got her.
Oh,
that's right.
Yep, yep. That's right, Connie. We got
oh,
you on the recorder.
oh no,
Uh-huh.
I remember saying I was gonna think about it.
Uh-huh.
But okay,
Yeah.
But
tell us
yeah,
about Elmer. Elmer, though, I'm so happy to have you here. Let me hear about you. Let our viewers know about Elmer.
Yeah, thank you for having me, Charles, for the great introduction. And it's always good to be here, Connie. This is a great organization, you
Thank
know, out there reaching and helping veterans, and not just veterans, but anyone with a disability. And
you.
that
Right,
goes to say a lot, you know, because there are a lot of people out there with various disabilities. And to
right,
know that, like Martha was saying, you know, women, there's resources, but for disabled people, there's resources out there to help you. And that goes a long way because when you're injured, you know, you don't realize what's available for you, you know, and then when you find out that there's an organization here that would help you, it helps in the whole recovery process. So thank you.
right.
Thank you,
Especially if you
Connie.
see role models like you all, it makes them know that life's not over.
Yeah, Charles and I, you know, like we like you said, we parachuted out of planes.
Yeah,
We through our over the edge event that was took place in September 3rd and 4th over Labor Day weekend at the Long Beach Hilton Hotel downtown Long Beach, where we actually went over the edge, and this over the edge thing is where you rappel 14 stories off the Hilton hotel deck down to the bottom. And right there, you can see I got a little hang time in there. Charles was playing music with his per se band, so we had a great time. But the bottom line here is Paralyzed Veterans of America California chapter is here for, like Charles was saying, catastrophic injured veterans. Now, even though these catastrophic injuries can happen various ways, like Charles said, some of them have ALS, some of them have MS. So we're there to help any of these individuals with these disabilities, and I got to tell you, Long Beach VA has one of the largest SCI centers west of the Mississippi River. Now, do you hear what I said? West of the Mississippi.
What is it? What is that SCI? What is them?
That's a spinal cord injury center.
Okay.
So they have over 100. They have over 100 beds for the inpatients there. They also have 15 long-term care beds. So there's no other facility west of the Mississippi with that many long-term care beds. That means that you can live at the facility and they will take care of you. Now, like Martha was saying, sometimes there's homeless veterans. Long-term care means that you can live there. That's basically what that means. So this is a great organization we have here, you guys, and I'm just honored to be a president of it. And we're just here, like Charles was saying, to help veterans. Now, what's happening here? We have a upcoming event, and I want to share with you Triumph. I don't know if you guys know or have heard of Triumph. Triumph is another organization. It's a Triumph Foundation that helps disabled people, not just veterans, but disabled, just like Consuela's organization.
Yes.
Anyone with a disability, they would help you. You can be young, middle-aged, or old. They will help you with any of your disabilities. They go to all of the rehab centers throughout Southern California. I went through Casa Colina, which is one of the most productive centers here in Pomona. Casa Colina is right on North Gary, if you guys don't know, but they have a great facility there. And so I'm an alumni of Casa Colina, but Triumph goes to Rancho Los
Rancho as well.
Amigos.
They come to Rancho. They go to my place.
They go out to a lot of other organizations in Northridge. So I want to share with you guys, they have an upcoming event here. And if I can share my screen here.
Do you know who said that background noise?
That's at your house, I believe, Elmer.
Yeah, hold on just a minute.
Turn it down.
Okay, sorry about that.
One other thing, Elmer, before you move on to talking about Triumph, you forgot to tell everyone that you just didn't jump off that building. It was a fundraiser.
I'm gonna talk about that because I have a short video I did.
Okay.
My actual rappel. I showed you guys some pictures, but
right.
I just made a very, it's like about a minute long video, and then I'm sure. So and that's why I said we'll incorporate this together.
Okay, great.
Go ahead and show your picture, and then when you finish with that, then I'll continue.
Great. Okay.
Okay, if you guys can see my screen here, what I have here, this is a Triumph. Like I was saying, it's Triumph Foundation. They're like they have a little picture here of the Casa Colina. They have support groups at all of these other rehab centers. Now, coming up here, Triumph is putting together their third annual adaptive sport event. It's going to take place Saturday, November the 20th. And it's going to be right there next to the Rose Bowl in Pasadena, you guys, at the Brookside Park. So it's a free event. They're going to have all the different activities, archery, rugby, tennis, bocce, dance, boxing, golf, baseball, basketball, hand cycling, power soccer, pickleball, art workshops, and a lot of other resources. So if you guys are available, come on down and
Right.
support this adaptive event. It's going to be a fun. They will bring a lot of these equipments there for you to use. So it's a family event. Come out and have a great time. It's Saturday, like I say, November 20th.
Yeah, we all have to get together and go out there. Martha, Richard.
Yeah,
Sure.
so we'll be there.
Right.
The California chapter
Taylor, we all have to get together and go.
Yeah, we'll have our tent there and
Lauren.
we'll be there supporting the event. All right, Charles, I'll hand it back to you
Richard,
from
I
there.
definitely will go.
What was the question?
You
I
said you
said,
would
this
definitely
is
go.
Richard, I'll definitely go.
All right, great,
Yeah.
Richard. Thank you.
Yeah, we all have to get together and go. That would be wonderful.
Yeah, it's a third annual event, you guys, and so it's going to be fun.
Okay. Thank you for that information.
All right, so I have two videos. I'm gonna show you the short versions of them, and then I'm gonna show you some pictures over the years, what things that I've been through, and kind of, because then I'll be done. But the
This
first
is
thing,
about Charles now, you guys. Remember, he's the man on the scene right now.
well, Connie put it this way, so I'm gonna just. So the first thing I'm gonna show you is, I played the Long Beach video, the PVA. Well, PVA was a spinoff from the song that I wrote called Downtown Long Beach. So I went to the mayor and the city council. I spent a year and a half videotaping, and I went to the mayor and the city council and pitched my song to him. And at first the mayor had just got elected, and you have 4.5 minutes to 3 minutes to speak, and so they told me you get a speaker's card, and just fast forward. I ended up spending 17 minutes over there talking when I was only supposed to have 3. But this is the video, Downtown Long Beach. This is the actual promotional video that the city, the Convention Center Visitors Bureau uses for all of their new clients. And
Wow.
so here, let me show you that. And
We got us a celebrity in the house, huh?
we're not saying all of that now. Just
I know what you're doing.
so this is the shortened version, and they took I won a contest, and they took some of the videos from the different people from the contest and made the promotional, and of course my song. Here we go. Downtown Long Beach.
There's a cool place just south of LA where the people go to work and the people go to play. So many sights for you to see. You can take the family through, like the Queen Mary ship and the aquarium too. Once a year you'll see cars racing in the streets. People come from everywhere, checking out the Grand Prix. Go to see a show or find a place to meet, the place you wanna go. What the people wanna be is in downtown Long Beach, Southern California, USA. Downtown in Long Beach, the city by the waterfront, where they go and work and play. Downtown in Long Beach, higher in the air, you can see the skyline. You can even see the port that's busy all the time. From the shoreline, you can take off on a cruise or hang out at the beach and just enjoy the view. People seem to be out shopping everywhere. At the farmer's market, the freshest food is there. If you're going for a date or going just to see, something's always going on downtown in Long Beach. Downtown Long Beach, Southern California, USA. Downtown in Long Beach, the city by the water, where the people work and play. Downtown
Whoa, that was so cool.
Wow, that was great, Charles.
And so,
Love it.
so thank you.
Yay.
And
You
so that's the
go,
spin-off.
boy.
And so one day, I was sitting here at home and I was literally like laying in bed, and then Elmer and I started talking. Oh, hold on. Whoops. Let me stop that. All right. Anyways, and Elmer asked me to um, how did that? It came up about the
Create a little jingle for us, Charles, for our
yeah.
members.
And I said, hey, well, maybe I could just do one from downtown Long Beach and just change the words, and boom, I did it just right there, literally with my computer and the computer mic, and I just did boom. It was like, oh, okay. So I worked on it and it was done in no time, and they instantly fell in love with it. So
It's my phone ring. Every time you call me, it goes off.
So cool. You have to send that to us.
and
That's
and so
great.
now I'm gonna.
So what is that, an app?
That's a song, actually.
The song.
No, I mean, but how do you
It's
get
an
it?
MP3, right, Charles?
Oh, okay.
He just took it and made it his ringtone.
Oh, okay, cool. That's cool.
Now, if Connie could do that, then we know she's been faking. So, all right. Yeah. Well,
That's all right. I'm gonna learn.
Connie, are you going to sing the background vocals?
Yeah, right. Okay.
yeah, there you go.
No, I don't think so. Leave me out of that.
And so the other thing is, we did have this event, the rappelling, and it was and I had just finished with going through COVID, and so I was feeling kind of nauseous the whole time, but I ended up doing it. And when I told Elmer, he said, "Man, don't worry about our event." I said, "I don't think so."
I almost worried you to death.
Yeah, she did. Man, I said, "Why? You need
Stay home."
I had people telling me you shouldn't do it. I said, "Look, for 1 hour in my lifetime, or 1 minute or whatever it takes the hour in my lifetime to repel, I'm doing it, COVID or not. And I called it the COVID fall, whatever. But I did it. But I was over the COVID. I had already passed my quarantine time and everything. But
and you had been vaccinated too, prior, right?
I had been vaccinated, and that was the saving grace. Because had I not 2 years prior, I was I had some health issue going, and if I wasn't vaccinated, I wouldn't be here today. So, and I have 2.5, 3 weeks ago, I got my booster shot and my flu shot. So in my first car accident, I lost my spleen along with some other major damages, and so that helps to fight infection. So I've been getting shots my whole since then. That was 18 years. I was at 18, and now I'm 58. So that was 40 years ago. I've been getting shots all the time. So now, with that said and done, I'm going to show you the rappel video, and then I'm going to show you some pictures, and then I'm going to get out of your faces, and we can be done with me. So let's see. Did I bring it up? There it is. Okay. Let me share my screen with you.
It turned out to be a great event, Connie. We raised over $10,000.
And all that money goes towards your veteran members, right?
It goes toward the members, supporting them and getting out and doing things that they want to do. We call it 100 Smiles campaigns, of putting a smile on a veteran's face to get out and do something.
Well, we got a big surprise for everybody too, don't we, Almer? As soon as I think the surge is starting to leave us, so we can come up with our project together.
Yes. All right, here we go. Here's my version of Over the Edge. Okay, I included the band.
It was fun.
Slower than a speeding bullet, less powerful than a locomotive, able to creep down tall buildings, but not in a single bound. Look up in the sky. Today, it's going down. They're repelling. It's going down. Over the edge, it's going down. Hey, all the way down. It's going down. It's going down.
That's Charles.
Over the edge, it's going down. All the way down. It's going It's going down. It's going down. Over the edge, all the way down. Hey, hey, down to the ground. You're on the ground.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's fabulous. But if you think I'm going to do that, you absolutely out of your mind.
Slower than a speeding bullet.
Whoops. Let's see.
Wow. See, Charles was in his chair.
Call me chicken. No, no, no.
Oh.
But that was fabulous, Charles. I'm so happy for you. Yay. Let's give him another hand, guys.
All right, and so then I have I'm gonna show you. I have a trucking business. I bought a truck a year ago, and I had problems the first 6 months, but things are good now. It's starting to go the right direction. So I'll show you this, and like I said, just because just to know what I'm, this is how I'm always saying I'm busy. So
This is how
I had a
Charles
logo
rolled.
made. I had this logo made, and because I'm a musician, and my business partner is always working on his chair. He uses a chair too, but he walks, and so I made mine music themed, and I made his tool theme. It's like when we used to play ball together. It's almost game time, and this guy's sitting on the floor working on his chair. Come on, man, let's go, Albert. What you doing? So I had this logo made up, and that's the name of the company, Rolling Man Trucking LLC. So
awesome.
That's great. Congratulations.
And then I'm going to show you these pictures, and then I'm going to be out of your way. Let me see. Yeah. Let's see.
Well, that's great stuff, Charles. We appreciate you, bro.
Well, I'm just trying to share so people can understand that, hey, life is good, and you can still do all of this. Here's I guess the Referee magazine did a story on me, and I'm not gonna stick with it. And here I was at a Temecula Film Festival. I actually consulted these USC students. He made a film, and he got an award for it. I was a referee, and I took my wheels off of my chair and put them on my car to make it look like I got the ref mobile. So
Okay.
here I am.
Oh, there you go.
On the court.
Yeah.
I won an award for my video downtown Long Beach, and this is Don Kanabe. He was a
Yeah, I know
supervisor at
Don.
the time, and it was the Sandy Awards, and okay, there's my famous, little thing.
Awesome.
And this was when I was playing basketball at Rancho Los Amigos in 1987.
Wow.
The year that I got injured, I was on the court the same year. And of course, me doing some edit work over here in the Long Beach Public Access, and this is me right here in
that's you.
1982.
Wow.
And then there I am as a,
There you go. That's y'all.
And I used to sing with the Mighty Men of Valor at our church. I don't go to the church anymore.
Oh yeah.
So just these are, and then there's been all kinds of like I say, newspapers and magazines, and this is the Grundy Gazette did a thing on us and referee. This is when I first started refereeing. A photographer or a news reporter was at one of my games, and he came out and they did a story on me. And here's a band playing at the Veterans Independence Day celebration on July the 4th over at the VA.
Yep, I remember that.
And that's it. I'm done with my sharing, and I'm done with my story, and that's all I got. And I'm sticking with my story.
That was absolutely wonderful.
Thanks, Charles.
That's so great. We got us. Well, we already knew we had a hero in Bunch, but thank you so much for letting everyone else see it. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Okay, we're starting to wind down now, so it's on you, Brooke.
I'd like to remind our listeners about our amazing advertisement rates. We have 20 and 30-second advertisement spots available. Please email info@operationcompetence.org. That email address is info@operationcompetence.org. For more information, and visit Operation Competence's website at www.operationcompetence.org, resource page for some amazing resources. Also, check out our online store on our website. All items sold, such as t-shirts and sportswear, 100% goes directly to Operation Confidence Housing Workforce Development Building Fund. Also, I would like to inform our viewers and listeners about Amazon Smile. When making your next purchase on Amazon, please go to Amazon Smile and type in Operation Confidence in the Choose Your Organization donation box. Amazon will make a small donation to Operation Confidence.
Okay, Martha?
Okay, and I just wanted to remind everyone that we're getting ready to get some feedback and some input from veterans as we're looking to start a new positive redirection team. You heard a little bit about the research that has kind of influenced our decision to incorporate some more support services for women veterans. And so if there's anybody out there who wants to sit in on our planning session or be a part of this new effort, make sure to send us an email at info@operationconfidence.org. And so Connie and I met the other day and talked about possibly a nice new name for the group called Combat Boots and Lace Women's Veteran Support Group, as we heard that, there is a big need in our community for the community-based organizations like Operation Confidence and women veterans to really provide a space for them, a safe space where they can come and talk about their experiences and help be a support network for them, no matter what transition point they are in their lives. So anybody who's interested or may know some wonderful veterans who may be interested, please send us an email at info@operationconfidence.org.
All right. And I have an announcement as well. If any of our viewers are looking for free, affordable academic support for their children or for adults, and especially the elderly, True Ambition Community Center is offering these services. True Ambition is an amazing company, actually an organization. It's a center that offers all these classes and helping you to learn how to develop your online and social media skills. So if you're interested, it's called Contact Us at their email address, contact us at trueambition.org, trueambition.org, contact us at trueambition.org, or visit their website, trueambition.org, www.trueambition.org. It's an amazing group. And that's our Leah, that was on the show in the beginning. She's so busy right now. And then as we sign off, I always want to remind our listeners that the purpose and the goal for this show is to raise awareness about Operation Confidence and our mission, which is to provide stable housing with a wide range of supportive services for our veterans. So if you want to get involved with our grassroots efforts, please send us an email at info@operationconfidence.org. And also now what we're going to do is, before we leave off, Charles, would you please share our Rosie's video as well as PBA and our banner, and we're going to tell everybody bye-bye, and we'll be back next Sunday.
All righty.
I am Buddy Cornute, a former Rosie the Riveter. I riveted P-40 pursuit planes during World War II. We did our part back then. Now, can you step up and help the Rosies pull America together again? Please call 304-776-4743. That is 304-776-4743.
By the way, the Rosies had an amazing event on September 3rd.
California chapter USA. The city by the waterfront, where the veterans work and play. Long Beach, PVA, California chapter USA. The city by the waterfront, where the veterans work and play.
From more information or to be a guest on our show, email info@operationconfidence.org.
Bye.
All right now.
Bye.
See you next week.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Be safe.